Yo, what's up guys, it's TBAG, and I know it's been a while. I know you guys have been asking for this video a lot, so I'm sorry it took so long, but today we have another worst to best ranking video. This time, since we were on the topic anyway, we're gonna rank all sniper rifles in Battlefield 1 from worst to best. So, as always, sit back, relax and enjoy the video, and don't forget after watching the whole thing to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Whether you agree with the list or not, write it down in the comments, as I'm always interested to hear what you guys' opinions are. Now that being said, I just need to make another disclaimer, because I always see some triggered comments regarding the weapons and how I rank them. For example, when I ranked the RSC SMG as the worst SMG in the game in my SMG ranking video, people got so angry with me. But guys, this is subjective, this is just my opinion, this is just my list. Remember the song from Michael Jackson? Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, it doesn't matter if you are a Martini Henry user or an SMLE user, we are all in this, so let's just enjoy the video, okay? So here we go. The worst sniper rifle in Battlefield 1 is the Battelle rifle.
Car just moved into that intersection, and as it did, well, you can see what's happening to it right now.
Are there people inside that car?
The black car,
yes.
second lane, yes.
That's a structure fire, is it not, Ron?
I'm sorry, you're blocked by another radio. Say it again, Paul.
That looks like a structure fire to me.
It sure does. It looks like a storefront, actually, Paul. We're going to move in here nice and slow. We've got a couple other helicopters with us.
Let me explain why. First of all, it only got 4 shots before reloading. That's not a lot, trust me, you'll get through them quicker than you might expect. It has an insanely slow muzzle velocity. In fact, I think it is the slowest in the entire game, alongside the Martini Henry with only 440 meters per second. But where the Martini Henry has a great sweet spot max damage, I just can't seem to make it work with the Battelle. In fact, to be honest, I don't even think it has a max damage of 100 looking at the graph in game. So that's why I rank it the very worst. Up next is the Arisaka. Although I love this rifle in real life, in Battlefield 1 I don't really like it. First of all, it only has an infantry variant, and since recently a patrol variant which has a medium powered scope, and again, I don't really like that. But the biggest reason why I rank it this low is because of the bolt action animation. It's just weird. Every time the animation is finished, the rifle comes back to the center of your screen in a very odd fashion. Like, it really throws me off, and therefore I just can't get good follow-up shots. That's why I rank it so low. The next bolt action rifle on the list is the Mosin Nagant. Again, a very iconic rifle that I really like, but in game it's not that special. It has a slightly faster muzzle velocity than the Arisaka, but again, it doesn't really have a high powered scope. Although I like the infantry variant a lot, in a competitive scene I would pick another rifle over this one for sure. So next up we have the M1903, and again it's very similar to the Mosin. In fact, some stats are even worse, like the firing rate, but the reason I have it at this spot on the list is because I just need to give credit to the experimental variant. Like, I wish we could just alternate our fire selection, you know, like with automatic weapons. But with the M1903 we could just install the Pedersen device so we can use the experimental variant in a more dynamic way. That would have been very cool in my opinion. Up next is the Lebel. Now, from this point onward I actually really like all sniper rifles, but for the sake of this video I need to rank them obviously. So the Lebel is actually pretty good. It has a high muzzle velocity, it has both a sniper variant and an infantry variant, it has a fast rate of fire for a bolt action rifle obviously. The iron sights are very clear, so I like to use the infantry variant a lot, but sadly the reload is just ridiculous. You can't strip feed this rifle, you need to load in one bullet at a time, plus the ending animation of the reload really takes a long time before you can fire again. Although you can double tap to cancel this animation, I still don't like it, even though it looks really cool. Up next is the M1917 Enfield Silenced. I chose the Silenced variant because, you know, it's way cooler. There is no real difference, but I like it with the suppressor. Now this rifle is pretty interesting. It has a suppressor first and foremost, it has 6 bullets to fire before you need to reload, and a very fast bolt action animation. So all in all, a great rifle, but the reload itself is actually very slow. So therefore I simply cannot rank it any higher than this, but it's still a great rifle. The next rifle on the list is a pretty recent addition. It's the Ross Mark III, but the marksman variant. Now this rifle is slowly climbing up the ladder of becoming my favorite scout weapon to use, period. The biggest benefits of this rifle is for sure the straight pull bolt feature. This feature lets you stay zoomed in whilst doing the bolt action animation. There's only one auto rifle with a straight pull bolt animation, and that is the Gewehr M95. But the Ross Mark III has two big advantages when it comes to the Gewehr M95. It has a higher muzzle velocity and it comes with a sweet spot. So it can actually one-shot, body shot people from a certain range. Now, why do I have the Gewehr M95 ranking higher than the Ross Mark III? You'll find out in a minute. So the next rifle on the list is the Martini Henry. Now this weapon has seen a lot of tweaking. Who remembers the pre-nerf Martini Henry back in the day? Let me know down below. The Martini Henry has a very interesting trait, and that is that it has the highest sweet spot damage out of all rifles. In its sweet spot, you will do a max damage of 112. This means that even if you hit your enemy in the arms, which will retract a little bit of damage, it will still do 100 damage or higher. And that means that if you hit your enemy in the sweet spot, regardless if you hit them in the arms, they will die in one shot. Though obviously the Martini Henry comes with a lot of drawbacks, such as the fact that you need to reload after every shot, which makes it to have a very slow rate of fire. And like the Vitelli rifle, it has one of, if not the slowest muzzle velocity with only 440 meters per second, but still, because of the sweet spot damage, this thing is a beast. Up next is the Russian 1895. The reason why I rank this as the 5th best sniper rifle in the game is because it's just a great sniper rifle. It has a high powered scope variant, it has a decent rate of fire, and the bullet velocity is pretty damn high, but it also comes in a trench variant. This shorter trench variant lets you shoot way faster than the regular variant, so if you ever feel like playing more aggressive, the trench variant is pretty damn awesome. Though not as awesome as the next rifle on the list, the Carcano M91 Carbine. I don't know why, but I absolutely love this weapon. For an aggressive sniper, this is one of the best weapons to use. I believe out of all bolt action rifles in the game, the Carcano has the fastest rate of fire, so it's amazing for keeping the pressure on your enemy. It also has 6 bullets to fire before reloading, and the reload itself is also pretty fast. And for the type of weapon it is, you know, being so short, it still has a pretty high muzzle velocity of 700 meters per second. The only real drawback is that you won't kill an enemy with a headshot after a certain range, but that range is pretty far. It also doesn't come with a sweet spot, but who cares. Now we are entering the top 3 best sniper rifles in the game, according to me of course. On number 3 we have none other than the Gewehr M95, and let me tell you why. This gun is just amazing. Apart from the Carcano, it has one of the fastest rate of fires out of all rifles. It comes with a straight pull bolt, so you can stay zoomed in while doing the bolt action animation. And unlike the Carcano, it can kill enemies with a headshot from any range. But the thing that I like the most about the M95 is that the bolt action animation is so smooth. You won't really even notice it in terms of the gun being yanked. It pretty much stays exactly where you're aiming at, and therefore you can pull off so many quick shots on your target, and for that reason alone I really like it, and that's why I rank it on number 3. Yes, the bullet velocity isn't the greatest, and yes, it doesn't have a sweet spot, but you can be so aggressive and accurate with it, it's just amazing. Oh, and the reload is probably one of the best in the game. Regardless of the remaining rounds in the rifle, you always strip feed a new M-block clip, and that is really fast. Now on to the number 2 spot. I think you can already see it coming. It is the SMLE. Now in all honesty, you can pretty much switch the number 1 spot with the number 2 spot and vice versa, but let me tell you my opinion. So the SMLE is the only bolt action rifle that comes with 10 rounds before needing to reload. That alone deserves it to be on the number 2 spot for me. And other than that, it's just a great sniper rifle. Decent muzzle velocity, decent rate of fire, decent reload speed, and the sweet spot is at a great distance. All in all, it's just a great rifle. But for me, without a doubt, the number 1 spot, the best sniper rifle in Battlefield 1, goes to the Gewehr 98, and let me tell you why I think it's better than the SMLE. It has access to a high powered scope unlike the SMLE, so long range sniping is much easier, but most importantly, the muzzle velocity is the fastest out of all sniper rifles in the entire game. With 880 meters per second, it's just too good. I just had to rank it on number 1. And that's about it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads recently. I'm gonna make it up to you guys, I promise. For now, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to let me know down below how your list would look like when it comes to ranking all sniper rifles in Battlefield 1 from worst to best. Stay tuned for more videos, and with that being said, I see you guys next time.